Daylight saving time crybabies. Got a word to say about that, baby. Nasty wreck on the frontage road off I-25 in Colorado the other night. On my way up to Cheyenne to deliver. Got some work done on the truck. More work to come. Rusty and more on this episode of
the Clutch Trucker Channel.
Clutch Trucker, filmed before a live and fuzzy studio audience. Yep, that's Rusty, the world famous Meatball Dog. Hey YouTube, Clutch Trucker here. Thanks for tuning in to another edition of the Clutch Trucker Channel. Alright, today is Thursday the 30th. Almost done with November here in 2023. Parked here at the Coffee Cup fuel stop in Plankinton, South Dakota. The Coffee Cup. And I was joking with Elliot earlier. He started early this morning, and I was just about when I was ending. Always loved when Mike Myers did Linda Richmond, Coffee Talk, you know, from Saturday Night Live. I'm feeling verklempt. I'll give you a topic. The Industrial Revolution was neither industrial nor revolution. Discuss. So yeah, I had to drive late into the night because I had my delivery this morning in Cheyenne. Let's back up a little bit. All right, on my way up to Cheyenne the other night, this would have been Tuesday night because I had a Wednesday morning delivery. That was a tight run I had when I picked up. Well, if you remember my last video, I had picked up the kitty litter to go down to Texas. Then made it down to York, Nebraska on Saturday. Stayed there because I looked ahead of the weather, and I got up the next morning and looked, and Wichita was getting pounded with snow. And the road closures, lots of wrecks. So I waited a little later to go on Sunday. By the time I got down there, it was about dusk in Wichita. And still, snow, you saw these tracks in the snow of cars that have gone off the road in the median and off the side of the road. I counted about 15 cars still that had gone off the road, and a few of them right in front of me. So glad I waited, so I was able to kind of skate on through. Luckily, I had the kitty litter, which was heavy, so I was able to keep on skating down. Once we got into Oklahoma, though it got better, I had to do a split that night down near Sanger, Texas, to deliver at the Walmart Distribution Center on Monday. Did that, drove down to Cleburne, Texas, south of Fort Worth, to pick up my load of insulation that brought me back up to Cheyenne for Wednesday morning. So a lot of tight running here. I've been running my butt off. That's why I haven't done a video. Then I was on my way up. Now, I got delayed in Dumas, Texas. Dumas, Texas. They've been repaving that whole main road going through there for, seems like a few years now. And now they're redoing a whole bunch of the lights. So they had it all jacked up. 45-minute delay just trying to get through Dumas, Texas. So I was running behind, so I had to do another split Tuesday night to make my delivery Wednesday morning in Cheyenne. And as I'm coming up I-25 in Colorado, north of the whole Denver area, this is, I guess, near Wellington, off the frontage road, major wreck. Now keep in mind, of course, it's night, and of course there's emergency vehicles and lights flashing, so it's kind of hard to see. I did see two cars that had tangled up and mashed into each other on this frontage road. All I can think is, because it's a two-direction frontage road, unlike the ones in Texas, which are generally one way. It looked like a head-on crash. They were tangled up bad. I don't know how much we'll be able to see in the video. I'll try to zoom in. All right, like I say, through all the flashing lights, hard to see, but look as it's coming up here right there. There you go. All right, two cars tangled up. Can't really see in the video, but they're a mess. But yeah, that was nasty. Now, after I drove through all the crap in Wichita, got down to Texas, and then was picking up at this John's Manville. They make a lot of insulation. It's funny because just like a week ago, I picked up at Owens Corning, who also make insulation. They do the Pink Panther one, the pink one. But anyway, lying around the ground in front of the docks where I had to get loaded there at this John's Manville, I kept seeing these things. Little round balls of glass. See, check that out. And they're kind of greenish, kind of clearish. This one's got a couple of chunks missing out of it. But I found a few of these, and I thought, well, how weird. What is that? Well, they're glass. Because what do you make insulation from? Glass. Fiber glass insulation. They take these glass beads, the glass balls, and they crush them down, melt them down, and then they spin it like cotton candy. That's how you make fiberglass insulation. So I it just kind of dawned on me, of course, fiberglass. Well, you have all these little glass balls. So I thought that was kind of interesting. What do you think? Okay, so like I say, I had to do a split Tuesday night because of that delay in dumbass Texas. So then I went over and delivered the insulation to this place. What was it called? Let's see. It was an odd name. Ergon Asphalt and Emulsions. Okay, right there in Cheyenne, where I've lived for years, and I had no idea this place even existed. But they use the insulation when they build their big tanks. They're a 2-layer tank. Inside layer holds whatever liquid they're putting in. Out, then they put the insulation around. Then they have an outer skin, so I was bringing them the insulation for that. Then I went over to Graber's Repair. I was due for another PM, and if you don't know what that means in trucking, that's PM means preventive maintenance. In other words, an oil change on a truck. And it's not like a car, which is only, what, 30, 40, 50 bucks at most? 350 bucks. How about that for a truck? Had to do a DOT inspection on the trailer. That you have to do that yearly on the truck and trailer. It was due for the trailer. Had to do that. I had a couple of air leaks going into the air manifold right against the firewall, which, you know, seems to be kind of fixed. I don't think they got it completely. I was going to try to do that myself, but while I was there, I was willing to pay them. They used a couple of the parts I had, and I'll be checking this again in the next few days, but I got to go back and do some more work, of course, next Monday when I'm back. So, unfortunately, I didn't even have time to run through the house or anything. Once I got all that done, had to shoot straight up to Glen Rock to pick up my load of lignite, which I have now, and that brought me over here to Plankinton, South Dakota. I picked up, this is a tighter run. It's like, 1,100 and some odd miles, or 1,200 miles from Cheyenne all the way to Rothschild, Wisconsin for a Friday morning delivery. And I didn't pick it up until late afternoon on Wednesday. So I drove almost to the South Dakota border. I had to take a nap for a couple hours. So I didn't have much sleep the night before. Did another split part, and then kept driving. So I didn't get here till to Plankinton, South Dakota, till about an hour ago. Right now it's 4:50 a.m. So yeah, it was probably about 3:30 in the morning I got here. I wanted to drive farther, so I only had to do it in 2 shifts. I got to take a longer break, and I'll leave tonight from here about 10 p.m. And just drive through the night to go deliver Friday morning in Rothschild. Then I got to shoot down to the carrier in Plover, because remember before when I had the maintenance done on the carrier unit, the APU, auxiliary power unit, they did the basic service, and then all of a sudden it wouldn't start anymore. Well, then last Friday, when I was picking up the kitty litter that night after I posted that video, it started again. So I think there was some sort of clog in the fuel line, in the fuel filter somewhere that worked itself out after bouncing around the roads for a few days. So it's been working ever since. But I still have to do a radiator. They had told me about that when I did the water pump on the APU a few months ago, but I couldn't afford to do both right then. So now I've got to do this on Friday after I deliver. Then I get to go to bed again, because I'll be driving overnight again. I don't mind driving overnights. Elliot, my partner with L on Wheels, he does not like driving overnights. I don't mind it, because as long as the weather's good, hardly anybody out there, hardly any traffic, and I don't mind it. So I don't mind driving overnights. But then I need to go back to sleep. Well, I mean, because here I'm not going to be going to sleep here for another hour or two once I get this video done. So I'll leave tonight, and then Friday morning, once I'm all done with that, and by mid-afternoon, I'm going to be ready to go to bed again. Pick up the cereal again in Northfield, Minnesota. Goes back to Cheyenne for a Monday morning 5 a.m. delivery. I got to go back to that shop, get a few more things done. And then I have 2 days to fill until another lignite load on Wednesday the 6th. So that's what's going on. And now, the Daylight Savings Time rant. While I was driving overnight, I like to listen to the comedy channels on Sirius XM, and I heard this comedian talking about this, and we just went through Daylight Savings Time, and he was pointing out how, so many people, for like a week afterwards are like, oh, sorry, man, it's just so hard adjusting, to switching the clock, Come on. You drop back 1 hour in the fall, you spring forward 1 hour in the spring. It's not that big a deal. And as a truck driver, I deal with that multiple times every week, okay? Like just the other day when I picked up down in Monday in Texas, Central Time, okay? Then I drive up, I got a shower in Amarillo, I parked somewhere, where did I park? I don't even remember. But I'm in Mountain Time by the time I parked. Oh yeah, because I parked in Cheyenne. Anyway, so I'm in Mountain Time. So I deliver in the morning, I go to the service, blah, blah, blah. Go up to Glen Rock, Wyoming, I pick up. And then I'm driving up into South Dakota. And hey, funny thing, here I am back in Central Time again. I shifted time zones twice in a day. And these people, oh, I can't handle shifted daylight saving. Oh, it just puts my schedule off. I just can't handle it. I'm switching like a daylight savings time thing multiple times a week. And God forbid I go into the Eastern time zone from the mountain or from the Eastern to the Pacific. 3 hours difference. So you daylight savings time crybabies who are all, oh, I just can't get my body to adjust to it. And truckers are having to do that every week, multiple times. Get over it. Not to mention, I was up at 7 a.m. this morning, Mountain Time, after only about 5 hours sleep. Had to do my delivery, and while I was getting the work done on the truck, I went off duty, so I did the second part of that split, picked up my load, drove into South Dakota. At this point, it's like, what, 4 or 5 p.m. in the afternoon, something like that. I was tired, so I stopped and took a nap for a couple hours. That gave me another part of another split break, and then drove on here to South Dakota, and like I said, didn't get parked until 3:30 in the morning. And now I've had to flip my schedule over, and I'm going to be sleeping during the day so I can make this whole thing work. You know, so, 1 hour. Well, not a lot of stuff to show you other than just a little bit of updates and stuff. And of course, we had to show Rusty, and it's been almost a week since I did a video, so I wanted to throw this one up there. Thanks for tuning in. As always, please subscribe, please like and comment. Get your comments as soon as I can. Sometimes takes a few days because I'm a working truck driver. Clutch Trucker on Instagram, Clutch Trucker on Twitter, X, Clutch Trucker 5 on TikTok. I did recently put some Rusty stuff and other stuff up there on those. And as always, sniff that magic YouTube fairy dust. Clutch and Rusty, out. Excuse me, I think I ordered the large cappuccino. Hello! I mean, look at this. It's like Campbell's Cup Ochino. You're acting very excited about something, Rusty. What is it? Where'd you go? Come back. Is it bacon strips? Oh, I think it is. Alrighty, Rusty, there you go. Oh, yes. It's a beautiful thing. Got to bring it over to your pet bed there on the Clutch Trucker couch, because that's the only place that it tastes so good. Right, Rusty? Oh, all over it. Yeah, well, it's been a long day, so I'm sure you're happily. Oh wow, you already know with that first one. There you go. Okay, there you go, boy. You're making quick work of him early this morning here. Happy dogger. Oh yes. Y'all done? Well, almost. All right, we need that happy dog look when you're done.